Good evening, guys. I hope you're well. As we did this activity today in class, preparing for our September test, I said to you guys I will make the video on this, making the correction. So I would like us to start with it now, so that at least when we meet again, we are a step ahead. So let us start with question one, where they're saying to us that in a diagram below, in a diagram, FG is perpendicular to GH. Find the value of x, right? So now, in this case, we know that we have our point there. And then if we make this rotation plus this rotation, as well as that rotation, this rotation, it becomes a straight line rotation, right? And we know that from a straight line, what we then get is that whenever we add all the angles, they add up to 180, right? So let us quickly do that. So the first one there, we have 2x minus 9. The second one, I'm going to add it with x. And then our third angle there is plus 90. When we add them, they should give us 180. And our reason for that is that they are some angles on straight line, right? Therefore, from here, we just do our solving for x. So we have like terms, this 2x plus x is going to give us 3x. And then negative 9 plus 90 is going to give us plus 81 is equals to 180. Then we take this one over to that side. The 81, we take it over to the other side. We're going to have 3x is equals to 180 minus 81. And then now 3x is going to give us 99, right? And then from there, what we then do is that we are, okay, let me just erase to create enough space. Nicest part is that this thing is a video, so you can just go back and see what we previously did. So we said we have 3x, now we have 3x is equals to 99. And then we know that both sides are going to divide them by 3, right? So when you divide them both by 3, this 3 cancels that one, then you're left with x. 99 divided by 3 is going to give us 33. So now we know now our x is equals to 33, right? That's how we go about it. And then now, coming to 1.2. On 1.2, they're saying in the diagram below, AB, line AB is parallel to line CD, and angle M is equals to 110. So we know that this angle here, it is equals to 110 because it is specified there. And then they're saying angle CEG, this angle there is equal to TP, 2P plus 30 degrees. Calculate the value of P. So now looking here we have 2 points, right? We have that point there, and we also have this point here, right? And then now we know that this rotation from here and a rotation from there, they make these two triang angles to become what? Corresponding angles, right? Meaning this angle here, which is angle 2P plus 30, it should be equal to that angle there, right? It should be equal to that angle there, which is 110. And then our reason for that is that they are corresponding angles. And we know that they're corresponding. Why? Because line AB, it is parallel to line CD. That's how we know that they are corresponding. And then from here again, simple math, which is solving for P. We have 2P is equals to, we took the 30 over to the other side, we're going to have 110 minus 30. Remember, it was positive. When it goes to the other side, it becomes negative. Then I'm going to have 2P is equals to, it should give us 80, right? It's 80. And then we divide both sides by 2. So now this 2 cancels this 2. finally, our P here is equals to 40 degrees. So now that's how we get our P there, right? Not so bad. It just needs a lot of practice. And then we're coming to 1.3 now. 1.3, they're saying again to us, determine the value of A and B in alphabetical order. All reasons must be given. And then therefore, because alphabetical order, meaning we need to find A first before we find B, correct? So now we have this point there, we have that point, the vertices where the lines meet, right? So now at these vertices, we know that this side and this side, they are what? Vertically opposite. That is one of the easiest things that we have ever done since we started. So A is equals to 80 degrees, and then our reason is that they are vertically opposite, right? And then from there, we go to the next one, which is B. So for B, here's B here. So for B, we know that we have that. So that angle and this angle, what do you guys see? What is it that you guys can see? This angle there and that one. And remember, they showed us that this line, it is parallel to that line. So you can see that when we draw this here, we're going to get our Z when you draw that there. Isn't that a Z? So if we have a Z, what does it mean for those two angles? It means that B is equals to 60 degrees. And then our reason is what? They are alternating angles. Why are they alternating? Because side ST, it is parallel to side QR, right? Another one. And then from here, these are just the basics, guys. These are just the basics. Again, remember, whenever we get to any question, they're saying determine the value of the variable in a diagram given below. What's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to look for the vertices. So we have this vertices there. Where's the other vertices? Is that one. And then once you've done that, then you draw this angle and you draw that angle, right? What is the relationship between these two? Very clear. Both of them, they are co-interior. They're inside the parallel lines. So when they're inside the parallel lines, it means that they are co-interior angles. What do we remember about co-interior angles? Is that the sum of these two angles, they should give us 180. So saying angle 105 plus angle A, it should give us 180 degrees. Our reason is that they are co-interior angles. How are they co-interior? Because line AB, it is parallel to line CD. And then from here on, just going straight forward, we're taking this one over to that side. I mean, I'm going to have our A is equals to 180 minus 105. And then now finally, our A is equals to 75 degrees, right? That's just how we go about it. And then now coming to this one. 1.1.3. 1.1.3, they're saying to us now, determine the value of the variable in the diagram. Give your reasons for your statement. Again, looking here, this line there and this line here, they are what? They are parallel. They showed us, right? And then what did I say about the vertices? We know our vertices is that one. Where's the other vertice? That one. And what's the next thing? You draw your angle. This angle there and that angle there. What do they look like? Obvious. Alternating angles. So our x is equals to 106 degrees. Why? Because they are alternating angles. Why are they alternating? Because EF, it is parallel to GH, right? Yes. And then 1.3.4. Here they're saying to us, determine the value of the variable in a diagram, give reasons for your statement. Fine. Looking here, what do we have? What can you guys see? We have our vertices. Okay, fine. I see there's a vertex there. There's another one here. There's another one there. Okay, fine. What else can you guys see? We can see that we have this triangle here, right? And then what kind of triangle is this one? Okay, fine. We can see that is an isosceles triangle. How? Because this side, it is given that is equal to that side there. So when those two sides are equal, it means this one here is how much? 43 degrees as well. Okay? And then now finally, what do you guys know about the exterior of an angle? We know that that exterior, which is A, is equal to the what? The sum of the two opposite interior angles. So it goes to 43 degrees plus 43 degrees. We're going to say what? Exterior angle of a triangle. So finally, our A is going to be 86 degrees, right? That's how we go about it. This was one of the easiest question ones that I've ever done, ever done. Now, coming to question two. Question two, they're saying to us, determine the value of x. All reasons must be given. Fine. Okay. We'll give you all your reasons. Let's quickly check. Now here, all the time try to think of triangles, okay? And since well we have parallel lines, we should also think of alternating, corresponding, and cointerior. But firstly, what kind of a triangle is this one? What kind of a triangle is this one? Clearly you can see that is a right angle triangle, right? Because they give us that 90 degrees there. But now, what do we guys remember about the interior angles of a triangle? They add up to 180. So we're now going to say that x plus 38 degrees plus 90, it should give us 180. And then what's our reasoning? Interior angles of a triangle. So now finally, we're going to just take all 38 that side and the 90 as well to that side. So we're going to have x is equals to 180 minus 90 minus 38. Finally, our x is equals to how much? 180 minus 90 is 90. 90 minus 30 is 60. 60 minus 80 is 52. So our x is 52 degrees, right? So we know now if we have our x here is if it's 52 degrees, what do you guys know? What does this look like? What does this look like to you? What's the relationship between x and y? What's the relationship there? Correct. Y is equals to 52 degrees as well. What's our reason for that? Is because they are alternating angles. Why are they alternating? In this case, we can't say much because they did not say this is AB and then this is CD. So that if they had said that, then we would say because AB it is parallel to CD. But now in this case, they did not say anything about that. Okay? Yep. And then now coming to question three here. The first question they are saying give our minimum one minimum condition of congruency. They only said one. I'll give you all four of them. The first one that we know of is that we need to have all the sides that are equal, or we need to have two sides that are equal and one angle. Number three, we at least have to have one angle and one side and two angles at least. And then the last one, at least we should have a right angle and a hypotenuse as well as an angle, but I will explain this one further on. I'll cut it for now and then I will send another one very, very soon. Thank you.